Hey everybody, it's Benny One, and I'm back at you with another Fantastic Beasts movie review. We did it, finally, we did it. I finally finished the last Fantastic Beasts movie, well, reviewing it at least. I watched it when it came out on HBO Max. But yes, it's taken me a minute, and I'm finally done with these Harry Potter movie reviews. I will get the ranking out next week for all these movies, everyone. So, we are reviewing Fantastic Beasts: The Secrets of Dumbledore, everyone. That is right, the newest movie in the line of the wizarding world of Harry Potter, everybody. This once again is directed by David Yates, and he's good, of course. Good as usual. The movie looks beautiful. The special effects are good. You can tell that David Yates loves this franchise and the attention to detail to everything, and you can just tell. Once again, of course, this is written by J.K. Rowling, and I think she did a better job with this script than she did with the last one, because holy moly, The Crimes of Grindelwald, hello everyone. Whew, that movie was a snooze fest, unfortunately. But yeah, I think she did a better job. The movie as a whole seems more focused on the story that it's trying to tell. There's not a bunch of plots with 5 or 6 different characters, and so it's more focused, and I think it helped the movie out clearly, because that was the very obvious weak part about The Crimes of Grindelwald was the freaking script and the story and the way that they just went about throwing it in the movie. It was bad. So it's more focused here. I appreciate that. So, and of course, everybody's back. Eddie is back as Newt. Dan is back as Jacob. Jude Law is back as Dumbledore, and obviously he's in this movie a lot more because it's literally his name is in the title. I'm starting to kind of wonder if the Fantastic Beast part of these titles really should even be there anymore, because 3 movies into this, which they planned on doing 5 of them, I would say the focus has completely shifted away from that first movie, where it was about our main character for this new prequel saga, Newt. It's kind of shifted away from him, to tell you the truth, which I don't really like. And then sometimes question, especially in this movie, I'm questioning, why is Newt even here? Unfortunately, because Eddie, who plays Newt, has been one of the best parts about these movies. And of course, Dan, who plays Jacob, Dan Fogel, is amazing, and he's great in this movie too, and so is Eddie, who plays Newt. They're both just as good as they've been, but Newt especially, I just feel like Newt has somehow, he was the main character of this franchise and somehow has been shifted into a backup role, a side character role in his own franchise. Not quite sure how that happened, but which makes me think that them going in, so they said they had 5 movies planned out for this, and I'm starting to think that maybe JK didn't have the story completely down and really understanding where she wanted to take this franchise and how she was going to do this, because I thought the first movie was pretty damn good, and the second movie was a miss. It was the weakest movie, clear-cut weakest movie in the whole Harry Potter franchise. And after seeing this one, it's the clear-cut weakest movie. Spoilers for my ranking, that will be the bottom movie. And then this movie, it's more focused, and this movie is kind of like a political thriller set in the Harry Potter universe, which is cool. Don't get me wrong, really, really cool shit. And that's where I feel like there's just these completely different ideas and themes going on in these movies, all 3 of them so far, that I don't really think they had a plan with how these movies were going to go. I mean, your main character is not your main character anymore, basically. And trust me, getting to see Jude Law play Dumbledore a lot more is awesome, because the other good part about this movie, which involves Grindelwald and Dumbledore, and our new actor playing Grindelwald is Mads Mikkelsen, and you know what? I enjoyed his portrayal as this character, Grindelwald. I buy him being this menacing dark wizard that wants to take over the wizarding world and basically kill muggles. Like, I buy it. And he's using this election to rise to power so that he can do that. Like, he's going to infiltrate and rise to power and change the laws, and so he can kill muggles and everything. And his army is growing and growing. Like, I love it. And I think Mads he just has this presence to him where he can be this character that's caring, but then he's got this really dark part of him where he just snaps the neck of this creature, and like, you just feel it. You feel it with him. And him and Dumbledore they talk about in the past how they had a relationship. They were gay, and they have a relationship with each other, and they made this blood bond with a spell that they physically cannot harm each other. And they show this shit. Like, Dumbledore shows Newt and everybody why he cannot physically fight Grindelwald. And that's why Grindelwald and Dumbledore are building their own armies, and they're sending them after each other because they physically cannot fight each other. And when Dumbledore is even thinking on that train, he's thinking about hurting him and attacking him. That goddamn thing wraps around his arm, and man, the visuals of that and them showing how painful that shit is, awesome. They did a great job with that. Like, is that being a key thing in the story of why they can't fight each other? I love that they showed what happens if you're going to do that to either of them. Like, I thought they did a fantastic job with that. So, the middle of the movie, it gets kind of bogged down in the middle of the movie. I thought the opening act of the movie was good. It was more fast-paced. That's the thing, is I felt like this movie was pretty fast-paced, moving, and I didn't feel like the movie really needed to be cut down anymore. I thought it was good for the runtime and everything and the pacing, even though the middle act does kind of slow a wee bit, but it's not too bad. And then our final act, our third act, that whole thing at the election with them like playing and pretending like which case is it, which briefcase is it. Love that shit. The showdown that we get at the end, I thought it was all good. And then Credence. So in the last movie, the cliffhanger with Credence's character when he joins Grindelwald is you find out that he is a Dumbledore. That is right. And then in this movie, you find out that he's Dumbledore's son that he didn't know about. And he's an Obscurus. And you find out that Dumbledore's sister that we found out in the Harry Potter movies that died, they had to kill her because she was an Obscurus. And so it really hits home with the Dumbledores. And I just feel like I don't care about Credence and the fact that he's a Dumbledore. I just don't. I don't. And I feel like this is Ezra Miller's worst performance in this trilogy of movies so far, because he's basically dying. By the end of this movie, he's really close to dying. He didn't die, so if they do make the other two movies, which I don't really know if they're going to, because this movie had the worst box office outing of any Harry Potter movie by far. Like, this thing barely made, I think it was like 404 million. I looked it up yesterday, like literally it's barely made over $400 million, which is a shit ton of money, but this movie probably cost $200 million to make, I bet, easily, or 150. So when you factor in promoting, and this was a movie that was affected by the pandemic a lot, so it got delayed, like, will this even make money? The new people that bought Warner Brothers, that Discovery, said they do want to continue exploring the Harry Potter franchise because they know it's a cash cow. So who knows if we'll actually get the other two movies. I will say that I think they left this one off as an ending point. Like, if they don't get a chance to make them, I feel like this movie ended in a good place for them to just stop. Like, as this being a trilogy, and it's okay. There were two. I feel like the first movie was actually surprising and really good. The second movie was pretty boring, not very good. And this one's just good and entertaining and better than the second outing. Like, I feel like they could leave it here and I would be okay with it. If they do make more, I will go see it. I will go watch it. And I just hope that the story is more tighter and keeps going forward in a good way. That, who knows? And if they do make another one, I hope Newt is more back as our main character. Because I really think it's weird that he's our main character and he's not really the main character anymore. I just find that kind of odd. So, Fantastic Beasts and the Secrets of Dumbledore, everybody. I'm going to give this one a 7 out of 10. I felt like it was just good. I had a fun time with it. I like the premise of it being a political thriller set in the Harry Potter world. Just a very interesting idea, and the emotional things that they did with Dumbledore and Grindelwald and their relationship and everything. I really think they nailed that shit in this movie. So, a 7 out of 10, everybody, for Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore. And remember, I will have the ranking out next week, finally. It's taken forever, but I'm going to do it, everybody. All right, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed that review. I thank you for watching, and be catching you on the tube later because I have spoken.